I'm so excited. Whoa, this is so exciting. We're finally on here and ready. I'm super, super
We
excited.
are here finally. I'm
Yeah.
still working on half a voice, but getting closer.
Awesome. It's
So,
looking good to me. Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better and I'm glad we're ready to
thank
start this.
you.
This is exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. So, before we jump in, we are talking about celebrities from Long Island today, everybody. And if you have any celebrities you would like us to talk about, please put it in the chat and we will get to it because this is a two-part series. But before we jump in, I wanted to talk about my Long Island hustle this week and why I'm sitting in this throne, my nice leopard shoe chair.
Yeah.
So, Julia,
Yeah.
I did like a million projects last week, but the one that I wanted to mention was I produced my first movie.
That's amazing. That is such an
I
accomplishment.
know.
Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of you. What movie was it?
So it's called Credit Among Friends. And we did 30 pages of dialogue, of script in one day. And it was brilliant. I mean, it was a lot of
Oh,
planning, every
yeah.
detail. This was every single day of planning, in hours and hours, setting sets and designs and locations.
Oh my God.
Brilliant actors. I was a little worried because I was afraid there were going to be some divas. No,
But everyone was
no
cool?
divas.
Good.
They were
Oh, that's
so,
great.
yeah, team
Wow.
players. It was
Yeah.
so great. And part of the script was we needed a special chair.
Mhm.
And so we used this chair on set. So I figured I would show it to
So
you on the show today. It's a giant
amazing.
shoe chair and it will be in Credit Among Friends. You are actually going to be in this movie, by the way.
Yes,
You
this
didn't
is
know.
in August, right?
Yeah, so we are filming the second part in August, and you're going to be playing my daughter in that.
Yay.
And they in this part the cast is watching a movie and
Okay.
you are and I are in the movie that they're watching, so it's a movie within a movie
Gotcha.
and it's a lot of fun.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I gotta say, Steph, you never cease to amaze me. I really think, like, it's just so awesome that you're doing every part of the arts. I guess that's what the hustle's all about, right? The true hustlers just do it all. I think it's so awesome that now you're making films. Like, you should be so proud of yourself.
Well, I never, it wasn't even like I ever thought about it or like wanted to do it. It was just like, I did what I wanted to do. I wanted to dance. That's what I wanted to do. And I did
Yeah.
that for 30 years. And
Hmm.
then, I'm like, okay, well, I'm kind of getting bored with that. And
Right.
seriously, that's what happened. I'm like, I don't want to, I've been practicing every day for so many years. I don't want to practice anymore. But
Mhm.
anyway, so now I'm doing all this other stuff. So I love it. So I want to talk to you, even though you're not on Long Island, you're in LA. But let's talk about your hustle. I know you did a couple of projects. Maybe one stands out to you that you want to tell us about before we kick off.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about what I've been doing lately. Lately I've gotten a couple possible opportunities. Something that's difficult, and I'm sure you know about hustle and just like auditioning is and getting roles even is figuring out a way, I guess, to like balance things, especially like schedule wise. So like I realize if I get a certain thing, it's like if I make this commitment, I might lose 4 months of time and not be able to do this or go to this label, you know? So I feel like I'm kind of in the current state of trying to really like plan things strategically in a way that will make sense for me. And it sucks sometimes to have to turn things
Yeah.
down. I'm sure you know, being that you love performing as much as I do, there's nothing worse than saying no to an opportunity that you want, but you just can't really handle, whether it be the travel or, schedule wise. So yeah, I've been, just trying to figure stuff out lately. There's nothing really set in stone of castings, but I have been up to a few commercials, which has been really fun. But yeah, that's really what I could think of. Thanks.
Yeah, it is. That's a really good point. We tried to do a show last week, and I couldn't get on. We had bad internet, but we had a guest last week, and Jerry. I was trying to surprise you, but one of the things that he told my class after you left was the your word. He was talking about your word and giving your word and the commitment to that. So once you say you're going to do a project, he said sometimes I get a project, maybe it's only $50, another one comes along and it's $5,000. But if I gave my word, I gave my word, and that's everything in this business. And I thought, wow, what a stand-up guy. And I was like, I'm not gonna be the same. I'm taking that $5,000. No, I'm just kidding. I would never. But seriously, it's true. So remember that when you're trying to juggle it all. Some things, it's just not worth it. But some things, if they're counting on you and you agree to do it, you really need to, because in the long run, your reputation is everything. And that reliability factor. And it's tough. It's really tough because, you're going to have to be really juggling a lot. So
yeah. And I'm ready, and it's exciting. You know what I mean? It's definitely exciting, but it's also turns into sometimes like a money issue. Like, I can't take this flight. Are they not going to pay for my flight in the contract? This and that.
Well, and that's a different story.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to Sicily in June during the week that I was working last week. And I'm actually, I wish I would have went, but the money was not right. They were going to cover certain things and not other things. And I would I wanted to go to Sicily, of course, but I wound up actually saying no to that project because of the financial agreement. And I never said yes first, so I didn't feel bad about saying no. But it happens. Hopefully, it'll come up again.
Yeah.
But
if it's meant to be, it will.
Long Island celebrities.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it will. And maybe you'll be around and you can come with me. See, if I had somebody to go with me.
I would love to come to Sicily, girl. That would be sick.
Okay, you're on. Last year I went, was it last year or the year before? I went to Milan and I took my older son, and we ran around and did everything. We went to Venice. So we made like a whole deal of it. So that it was worth it then.
Right.
Made a little money and saw Venice, which everybody should see once in a while.
Yeah.
So Long Island celebrities, infamous, famous, controversial. I'm sure you know a lot. So we're going to talk from kind of two different generations, and we'll cover it all in the next 2 weeks. But I really wanted to start with Alec Baldwin. And the reason why is, I don't know if you know this, but he grew up in my hometown, Massapequa.
Wow. That's insane.
He's a little older than me.
Yeah, he's
a lot older than me. Older than me. And
a lot older than me.
We had two high schools that were like right next to each other, and he grew up in Nassau Shores. And I saw an interview with him, and he had like a very similar kind of upbringing like I did.
Wow.
So, which was, I grew up in a beautiful neighborhood, house on the water. We had a boat, but we were like the poorest people in this neighborhood. And he talks about his dad, like when he would like get into trouble and stuff, like all his dad, like, okay, you're not going out on the boat, and you're not going to the country club, and you're not going on that, whatever, pool party. Yeah. And like, because he didn't have those means, it was just basically, you're going to do it or you're going to get a little beaten. So I have a special place in my heart for Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, that you connect to him. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. What do you think about this shooting situation?
Oof, it's rough. It's a really tough situation. And I think it's a rarity, and it's horrible happening. I mean, I know there are a lot of sides to opinions on how people are assessing it. I personally, I don't want to like point blame specifically on someone, but I would say the person who was on props or the person who was kind of in charge of that, it's their responsibility to not have the gun loaded. Like I think that's a really important, like should be done right away. Like I can't see how that's a mistake that could have been made on like a high budget movie set, you know?
I actually 100% agree.
Yeah.
And that was why I wanted to bring it up, because I was actually on a set when this first happened. I didn't know anything about it. And I was in South Orange, New Jersey. And I was the mom of these two kids, and there was like a home invasion. And the guy coming in was holding a fake gun, but it looked very real to me.
Yeah.
And, he said, it's fake. Let me show you what's going to happen because I don't want you to be scared. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to be scared. Then when he pulled that gun out, it was fine. But then when he did the whole home invasion, I was like legit not acting for a few times because it was so, and the trust, like he could have pulled the trigger. That could have been me and the two kids that I was playing. Like if we didn't have trust, like we're the actors, and right. I know there are protocols. I was watching. I don't know if you know this, but they're supposed to have training. The actors are supposed to have training in how to like disarm the weapon and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think that's important to know how to do, obviously. But that's really interesting, and it's very. Yeah, I've heard, it's funny because you say like you were in that scene and you were actually scared or whatever. I've heard of so many, I don't want to skew too off topic, but like people in horror movies, for example, and these actors are like purposefully scared. Like the directors and crew around them, like for example, I think it's The Shining. Like Shelley Duvall in The Shining, she was like traumatized from being on that set. And I think that's so interesting as an actor to have to actually get emotionally affected to that level. It's scary.
Oh, well, I mean, if you were in the presence of Jack Nicholson and he was doing that role, like, come on, like was he acting? I mean, I'm not sure.
No one knows.
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. It's very sad. I think he stopped acting because he's not able to memorize the lines anymore, is what I read, because I was looking for him because I think he's so brilliant.
Yeah.
So
that's too bad.
Yeah, but I would definitely not have to act around somebody like that. Like he is amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's true. So I'm very upset by that situation. It's very sad all around. And I hate the fact that everything, this person lost their life and it's awful. At the same time, it's awful what's happening to him as well, though. It's equally as awful. Like, I don't feel like he deserves the backlash that he's getting and the lawsuits and all that stuff. So
yeah, I agree. It obviously wasn't on purpose, and I think it was a mistake, and it really sucks because I think for the rest of his life, that's kind of going to be hung over his name,
And imagine how he must feel. Like, imagine how we would feel if that happened. I mean,
the guilt.
The guilt that he feels inside. So I really hope that they really get to the bottom of that, and he gets some relief on his conscience, because that is difficult to live with.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to go to a little bit of a happier, well, didn't end happy here either, but I want to talk about one more great from Long Island that is no longer with us. Harry Chapin. Do you know Harry Chapin?
Yeah, I know the song Cats in the Cradle. Is that the right person? Cats in the Cradle.
Singer, songwriter, activist.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, he was very big on not wanting people to go hungry. That was like his thing. He really wanted to kind of do good for the world. He made World Hunger Day. He actually went to talk to the president about this problem.
Yeah.
I forget what year it was. Um, he thought poverty was an insult to America, and that he really wanted to change. So he went to Washington. Oh, it was Jimmy Carter. He actually went to talk to Jimmy Carter, and he met
Okay.
with him in 1977. One
Gosh.
third of all his concerts went to charity.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Yep.
See, those are the kind of
Yep.
people we need right now. Like, we need people like that. I feel like nowadays all the influencers, rock stars aren't as, tuned into that. I think that is so beautiful that he
Yeah.
did that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
It's pretty
sad.
cool. And he actually died in a car crash on Long Island Expressway.
Really?
But there are still charities. Yeah. I mean, horrible. Going to a concert, very young. I forget how old he was, but on his grave, it says, "I wonder what would happen to this world," which was a phrase in his song. And that's on his grave, that everybody should do something good for this world. If everybody thought about their mark that they're going to leave on the world. So I thought that the reason why I know about Harry Chapin was because I did a little substitute ballet teaching for a friend earlier this year in a school, and the superintendent who interviewed me would come in and use all kinds of country phrases, and he would talk about Harry Chapin, and that's how he would, like, everything was a country phrase, and it was very entertaining. He
Yeah.
loved improv. Go figure. A superintendent that loved improv and
Yeah.
used it to teach teachers and administration.
Yeah.
And I never met anyone like that, and I've been in the teaching business for a long time, and I thought, wow, like, I gotta look this Harry Chapin up, and I found out more about him.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
super
1/3 of his concerts were charity.
I think especially in today's, all of the horrible happenings, I think we need to remember that kind of example that Harry Chapin had and really lead by that positivity. It's easy to get discouraged and to just every man for himself nowadays, but I think we need to
Yes.
come together and start, helping each other. That's a beautiful thing. Especially, I think if I ever got to that level of fame, 100%, I would want to use all of my concert revenue to go to some greater cause that was helping people for sure. Yeah.
You guys heard it. This is live. I have a reason why everything I do for a reason. So I was hoping you would say that, Julia, but not all of it. He only donated 1/3.
What? Not even like a half.
So follow that. Don't, you just said all. You can't do all. You got to also save some for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great. I love that you said that, and I believe that you would actually, and will, because that is coming, because you are going to be our one of our conversations for sure. Absolutely.
You are too.
Okay.
I think one day we're gonna be on the celebrities list of Long Island.
Now, I have so many. I wanted to stick with. I wanted to go with one more that was close to my hometown before. Okay. Do you ever hear of the Stray Cats?
No.
You probably don't even know the Stray Cats. Stray Cat Strut.
No.
Stray Cats. Don't make me sing it. Stray Cats was a band that grew up in Massapequa.
Okay.
I can't believe you've never heard of the Stray Cats. Not at all, huh? Okay, they were a 50s rock band. You got to look it up because you
I'll probably like
anyway,
them.
the drum. Yeah, you probably would actually. The Brian Setzer. You never heard of Brian Setzer?
No.
The drummer was Slim Jim Phantom, and Slim Jim Phantom lived. I think he lived around the corner from me. So when we were little, we used to all ride our bikes and look for the Stray Cats drummer. So we would all try to find him. They did 18 miles from Memphis, Bring It Back Again, Blast Off, Race with the Devil. These were Rock This Town. Stray Cat Strut. Anyway,
these songs. Yeah.
It's from the 70s and 80s. So yeah. But so I wanted to mention Stray Cats from Massapequa, again, my hometown.
Wow. So a
Yeah.
lot of people have it's crazy. I feel like people like don't think Long Island would produce so many, I don't know, stars really, but it surprises you. You know what I mean? Like Long Island really
Oh,
has these people.
there's at least I mean, I found over 50 just looking briefly. Yeah, there
Yeah,
are a lot,
it's
a
awesome.
lot. Uh, but I want to talk about one that, another one that kind of gets me really mad, and I'm probably going to botch her name, and I don't care. Lori Luhan or Lehan, the one that went to
I think
jail
it's
for
Lawson. Yeah, I'm angry about it too.
Lawlin. Okay, so if you found out, now I'm not sure how I personally would feel. I just know how my kids would feel. How would you feel if you found out your parents paid your way in
I
and
would
didn't tell you?
feel devastated. You know what I mean? Like I just think it's so morally incorrect what she did. And like I don't know her
Yeah,
personally. Maybe there's more to the story. I don't want to fully judge her as a human, but all I can say is that what she did, I think it could just, first of all, a child finding out ruin their like life and their confidence and their faith in themselves. And I just think it's just such a, I don't know, instead of taking her wealth and her fame and showing, and I'm sure their kids in general just had a lot of opportunities and they were just privileged to begin with. She could have showed them their worth and taught them what they needed to know, but she just tried to completely cheat the system. And I'm glad she got caught. And I just think
yes,
it's really sad that someone would do that. Like it's just so wrong.
yeah, yeah. Agreed, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that they caught, and I'm really glad that she did some jail time. And I, it's just because people work really hard. I know that my kids would be very, very upset, and they work so hard. So they would take some of those people who are earning the degrees, the credits, I should say. They're taking those spots,
Right.
and the entitlement is what
Yeah.
really, really bugs me. So,
And it's
yeah, I guess,
even a poor reflection on the institution of that whatever college it was, them being willing. I mean, I'm sure it was a lot of money, but like I think they should have been like,
yeah,
no, you need to have a certain grade to
yeah,
get in, you know?
yeah.
But
Yeah, going back to what we said about making that, having morals, having that moral compass and keeping that throughout,
yeah,
really making decisions using that moral compass constantly. Um,
yeah.
and that's going to lead me to a future show that I want to talk to you about, but not today. I'm not going to even bring it up now. Wait, what about some, let's see, like from your generation or a little bit older than you? Do you know any Long Islanders?
I'm trying to think. I believe Maroon 5, I think
Are they?
that yeah, or at least
Sure.
the lead singer was Long Island born and raised. Um, I do believe that. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of other people that I would be more knowledgeable about. From
What
my
about
gen,
Lindsay Lohan? Do you know Lindsay Lohan?
yes, of course, I love Lindsay Lohan.
I
I
figured you might say Lindsay. She's from
Yeah,
Long Island.
that's
Yeah.
crazy because she strikes me as someone who would be so born and raised in LA. You know what I mean? But I guess
Oh,
do you know what town
yeah.
she was from?
Uh, oh, I am not sure what town she was from, but yeah, it's close by. I want to say close to where I am right now, around Syosset area, maybe like
Wow.
Belmore area, because I
Yeah,
know a teacher that actually had her in class,
I wonder if she
and I
was a
just
good
forgot what
student,
district it is.
Lindsay.
So, I'm going to list just a bunch, and you can see if there's any that you want to talk about further, or we can continue next
Yeah,
week.
I mean, I
But
could also talk a little more about Lindsay Lohan if you want. I don't know if you hear me.
sure. But Jamie Lynn Sigler, Edie Falco, and you know what shows they were on, right?
No,
What show were they on?
I don't know.
Edie Falco, um, Sopranos. Did you
Soprano.
ever watch The Sopranos?
I've watched a few episodes. I really want to finish it. And I love the mobster, mafia
Okay.
type of movies and shows. So yeah.
Well, that's good because I have a real life soprano from Long Island for you. Name, yeah, from again very close to my area.
Uh-huh.
Joseph Caridi. He was a consigliere, which is like the third rank in the mafia, and he was the Long Island soprano, and
Wow.
he had a place called Cinderella's, which was like the Bada Bing in The Sopranos.
Uh-huh.
He's from Suffolk County, right down the road from me, and he actually went to jail for so he owed $400,000. Well, that's what he agreed to pay back. So who knows what he really owed? But he was doing some business out of East Northport,
Wow.
and he didn't pay income taxes, so that's why he finally got caught up. But he went to prison for 7 or so years,
Wow.
and he was released in 2009. Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's crazy.
yeah.
You should
So
interview.
we have a lot of sopranos on Long Island, but that's one that
Yeah.
got caught.
Wow.
The Sopranos was just an interesting, crazy family dynamic, if you remember, because he would go see, he had like the soft side where he would go see a psychiatrist, and he had like this, these meltdowns in the psychiatrist's office, but yet he was this big, strong, tough guy that, crossed him. That's the way it goes.
I think it showed the duality of a human being, and not everyone is just one thing. And I think he might try to be this tough guy, but at the end of the day, it's like that saying, when we all die we cry for our mommy. And I feel like he, I don't know, he was kind of like a little kid in a sense. It's a really interesting I think a really interesting story.
Yeah, for sure. And as we know, James Gandolfini passed away. Did a lot of great work, and that was a character he played. Like, he played a lot of other really great characters that were nothing like that character.
Yeah.
But shot down so young. So okay. So I have a lot of comedians that came out of Long Island. A lot of comedians.
I want to hear them. Was it Rosie O'Donnell from Long Island?
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Do you remember the Rosie O'Donnell and Howard Stern feud? They're both from Long Island.
I didn't know Howard Stern was from Long Island. What? This list is insane. Why is everyone from Long Island?
Everyone that's anyone is from Long Island. That's why you have to come back to
everyone, every actor, everyone in the industry.
Everybody.
It's the new Hollywood.
Yeah,
it's New York City.
And of course, I have a long list of comedians. Maybe we'll get into that next week. But Billy Joel, of course, who donated money to the high school you went to.
Yes.
Great guy. He is a neighbor of a friend of mine. He lives literally next door. He has a motorcycle shop, loves motorcycles, hangs out there on Long Island, very approachable.
Just a chill dude.
Just
That's
a chill dude. Yeah.
He really
seems like my mom.
Oh, sorry. It's just a little like.
You broke up for a second. What's your favorite Billy Joel song?
Probably Uptown Girl, or Zanzibar. Do you know the song Zanzibar?
I'm not sure, but maybe you could sing a few bars.
Yes, sure. It's a Billy Joel song, so it doesn't do me justice. But the chorus, it's like, dun, dun, I got the old man's car, I got a jazz guitar, I got a tab at Zanzibar tonight. is where. Do you know that one?
No, but now I do.
It's a really good song. I'll send it to you.
You can sing anything, Julia. You can sing anything. I think you can.
Do a Billy
Seriously,
Joel concert.
I'm going to talk about our Long Island star right here, Julia. Seriously, Davo.
I can say about you.
I say that. Thank you. I truly mean that. I truly mean that. So, and I don't say that lightly. I told you I'm not somebody that like is into listening. I actually do not like a lot of local theater, I guess. I mean, Broadway is fabulous. If there's like okay singing and dancing, I'm out. I'm not. It just doesn't interest me. It doesn't interest me.
I know what you mean.
It's just not my thing. You've got to be able to sing. Yeah. I'm not a like. It has to be really, really good. I mean, Broadway does an amazing job hiring their actors with their scenery, with their from soup to nuts. They are amazing.
Yeah.
So Replicates, not that I've not seen decent shows, but it's not my thing. So when I say that, I don't say it lightly. I really, really mean it. So just real quick, we'll go through a list that maybe you guys could post some comments in the chat of who you want us to really focus on.
Definitely.
Next
Let
week.
us know.
We have, I said Lindsay Lohan, Kevin James, Jenny from the block. Well, she's from the Bronx, but close enough. Leah Remy from Brooklyn. Jackie O. Remember, Jackie O was from Long Island. Ray Romano. Billy Crystal was from Long Beach. Jerry Seinfeld. Bill O'Reilly. I don't know if you know who Bill O'Reilly is because he's a news anchor. Howard Stern, Eddie Murphy, Mariah Carey, Chris Angel.
What? Mariah Carey? Oh, Mariah Carey went to the same day camp I went to. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Maybe we could talk about that next week. Chris Angel was is the magician from Hempstead.
Mm-hmm.
Ashanti. LL Cool J from Bayshore.
Nice.
Natalie Portman was in the Black Swan.
I love Natalie Portman.
Wow. Yeah. So that's just to name a few. So if you're watching out there, please let us know who you want us to focus on, or if it's nobody, what you want us to talk about next.
Yeah. Let us know. Give us your opinion for sure.
So Juliet, today, right now, as soon as I get off with you, I'm going into New York City to do a live improv. I know you should be with me. A live improv show in the middle of like Times Square. You would love this. And Natalie Grogan from our improv troupe. She just did stand-up comedy at the brokerage the other night. Remember, Natalie? You did scenes with her.
Yeah,
Natalie.
Yeah.
You did those scenes with her in improv here. She graduated a little bit. Anyway, she just did her first stand-up comedy. And she's going to be doing improv with me with this troupe called Jamprov.
Okay.
And it's only the second time I've ever done a live improv show, and the third time I've done like a live performance in Manhattan similar to this. You were with me the first time was the poetry.
Yes. Oh, it's at the Producers Club?
No, this is like in the middle of, there's like a theater on the street. I'm not really sure. It's like literally set up. There's a theater with lights and everything, but it's outside. Second time I was at the People's Improv. Yeah. Well, you would think it's cool. I have no idea why I'm going, but the second one was at the People's Improv, and it went so fast because everything in New York City does. We're on the back line doing the one word, and basically this lady, Sandy, just pushes me forward because I wasn't gonna play. I was like, I don't know what's happening. I'm watching everybody play. The scenes are going by. I'm like, and she's like, get out there. Like,
that's funny. It was part of the improv troupe.
It was we went there as Jam Prov, but I had never met any of those people ever in person
Wow.
before. So,
Yeah.
and this will be the second time.
That's really awesome. You're truly, yeah.
And
That's.
tell us
Oh, go ahead.
what you're doing this week.
What am I up
What
to
do you have on the agenda?
I guess really just trying to get myself out there and go. I have a few auditions scheduled, and I've also been shooting a few commercials for this brand, or it's actually like a TV show called America's Next Investment. And it's kind of like Shark Tank, but basically the premise is people will pitch their ideas, and normal people watching at home can invest in these companies. So what I'm doing is like testimonials for some of these companies, and I'm just talking about the companies. So it's been a really fun experience, and I think I'm going to shoot a few more videos of that. But other than that, yeah, really just trying to go meet with the right people and get myself out there, walk out into the street and sing. I think I'm going to go to Venice Beach and get some content, try to do like interview videos of me interviewing people. You know, I'm just trying to get some stuff on social media. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Very cool.
But
All
then,
right.
yeah,
Awesome.
I'll be back kind of soon, and I'm excited for us to work on your film. I think we've got a lot of exciting things ahead for sure. And yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Absolutely. And if you're back on the 7th, Megan Florentino is supposed to meet. Well, you were supposed to be in this. What was her name? The Wolf Mother. That Wolf Mother. I need you there. I'm a little scared. Yeah. And remember the Wolf Mother in the
I'm trying to think of her
hair.
name. Didn't she?
She's got the muscles.
Luperca. Lupersa.
Luperca. Yeah, Luperca.
Okay.
And so you and me are supposed to meet Luperca, and I want to get Natalie there as well because she's my assistant. You didn't know she did an episode with me. She's my assistant, and she is like my right-hand man. Where you like argue with me and give me shit.
Right.
She's like on my team.
Gotcha.
So I'm hoping to get both of you there if possible, because I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, let me let you know. I'll look at my schedule, and hopefully I will be back in time. That would be so cool. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you all next time. Let us know what you want us to talk about.
You let us know, and we'll do it. We'll see you guys at the same time next week. And I'm glad that we finally got to do this episode. It's been we've been waiting, but this is really
scary.
Yes, I hope. Imagine if this whole time it was just, I would cry.
I don't know, because I haven't heard John call us, or we haven't heard from him. But all right, Julia, I'll see you next week then.
See you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Take care.